Okay, so I just got my Mac Mini in, and I thought I'd do an unboxing video. I don't usually do these, it's not my shtick, but I know that this is pretty exciting, at least for me. So let's see what this looks like. So, this is going to be a little bit shaky cam to get all this stuff out. I don't have this mounted like this. I don't have to do this. Cool. So there it is, still in the plastic. This is the absolute base model of the M1 Mac Mini, 8 gigabytes. I chose that specifically because I wanted to test the memory compression and all of the new fancy stuff that our friends at Apple are touting, so I can get a sense of how well this works. So I'm just cutting this open really quick. Let's see, it says some specs here. So it's 8 gigabytes, 256. Like I mentioned, this is the M1. Let's take a look, a moment of truth. Of course, their tolerances on their boxes are so tight that it's really tricky to do one hand, but whatever, we'll do this. Okay, we're here. Okay, cool, perfect fit. Wow, 0 padding. I guess I'll just lift this out. Wow, it's a couple of pounds, maybe like 5 pounds. It's not super heavy. Let's see what else is in the box. So this doesn't have like a cover over the top, I don't think. Maybe it does, I can't tell. This is the bottom, but I mean, this plastic, I don't think it goes to the top. Let's see, designed, if we all know that. What's included? So that's it, that's the whole shebang. You get a power cable neatly wrapped up and some welcome guide, which will probably be thrown away. Interesting. Doesn't sit as flush as it did when I opened it somehow, but I guess it's not a big deal. Okay, let's take a look at the actual Apple itself, or Mac Mini, I should say. Does it cover the top, was the question. And I don't know. This is going to be really tricky to do with one hand. Take that back. Oh, easy peasy. Oh, wow. Oh, the ports are covered. I didn't know what I was looking at for a second. So let's put this packaging away. I bought this. I'm not going to tear it down. I don't know whether or not I trust the M1. And what I mean by trust is there's a lot of claims made by Apple about how great it was. I generally believe that Apple's not going to advertise something completely inaccurately. And from some of the early benchmarks I've seen so far over the last few days and hours, it's pretty significant performance boost over some of the lighter weight Intel chips. So I'm confident it's pretty good, but if it can't hold up against my 2009 Mac Pro, which I basically have maxed out dual CPU, the RAM isn't maxed down, the video card is very good, but it's certainly not the best I could buy. But if it doesn't compete to some extent against my 2009, I'll probably end up returning this, which is why I'm not going to do a teardown, although I'm really interested to see teardowns. But let's go ahead and get this off somehow. There's a tab on this side. And take a look at what ports we've got here. Well, I guess it's not going to be a surprise what ports we have, but just take a look. So HDMI, 2 USB-C. I think this is the USB-C 4, which is the newest spec. And then USB. I don't even know what the newest spec for USB is, but it's probably the newest. And then 10 gigabyte Ethernet power. I don't see one of those security connectors. Yeah. Interesting. Usually they have like a Kensington security connector, so you can like fasten it to a desk with a cable, headphones, and then the power buttons on the side here. And I really want to tear this down, but it's just not in my best interest. That's pretty much it. Super simple, shiny. Size-wise, it's the same as the Intel Mac Mini. If you haven't been following along with them closely, I haven't, then you may want to get a sense of sizing. You can see I've got my mug here. There's the mug on top. I've got the Magic Mouse or whatever it's called here. You know, it's pretty small. This is an Apple display, not an Apple display, an LG. This is the 5K 27-inch. And the reason I mention that isn't just to talk about the specs, but it's got about the exact same size base as the Mac Mini. Let me take this and try putting it on top. You can see my laptop's tucked behind it, but it's a pretty close fit. If my laptop wasn't there, it still wouldn't fit, but I'd say the base of this is almost the same size. So you could probably neatly set something up here or put it on the wall behind it. Otherwise, yeah, pretty cool, pretty happy.